Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. It was done using Loren Sherman script, which uses a combination of dots and lines on these 4 different stems to make our consonants. And vowels are smaller circles, and they're pretty tricky, and they have different positions depending upon what vowel they are, and if they're attached to one of these 4 consonant stems. So this key here shows all possible combinations of these 4 consonant stems and all 5 vowels. So let's go ahead and hop to this design. So the layout is pretty nuts because it's a bunch of names, and there's no real order other than the names that go together. So like first name, last name, and then a pairing of names that are, similar, or like brothers, or like mom and dad and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm going to start with this main center skewer here. And this script is read bottom counterclockwise, so let's start at this lowest one. So here's the bottom of this circle, and if we continue around the sentence circle, this is the first word we hit. So here's our first word, bottom of it, this is our first letter. It is a circle inside the word circle, so that is an M, because it's got 1, 2, 3 lines ending on it. Lines that pass through do not count. So M, then we have a circle outside the word circle, and it's a vowel because it's small, and it's an A, because it's outside. And then we have a little circle again, so it's a vowel, and it's got a line going outwards, so it's a U. And then we have a shallow divot with 3 dots, so that is an R. Continuing on, here's our last letter. It is another vowel with a line going towards the middle, so that is an I. So M-A-U-R-I. Continuing, here's our next word here. Here's the bottom of the word circle. This is the first thing we hit. It is a circle inside the word circle, again with 1, 2, 3 lines. Again, lines passing through do not count, so that is an M. This is an I because it's going towards the middle. Continuing around, here we have a circle on the line of the word circle. And in this design, I erased the line passing behind the TH stems. So I erased this bit here. So it can be kind of tricky to see if these have dots or lines because it looks like 2 lines do indeed end here, but that's just the word circle, so it doesn't count. I did that to help save some space, especially in here, when it would be quite clustered together with those little lines passing through. Anyway, so that's a Y because it's got 2 dots on that stem. And then we have an A afterwards. Then we have our next stem. 1, 2, 3 lines makes it another M just like this one with an O on it. And then we have a T, nothing ends on it, and another O. So O's are little circles inside the word circle. So M-I-Y-A-M-O-T-O. So that's our first name. Here we have our next name. And I did this a couple times where I break apart the word circle to make 2 words. So this is broken here and broken here. But it's still read bottom counterclockwise. So here's the bottom. Here's our first letter. Here we have 1, 2, 3 lines, making that an F. Continuing around, here we have 1, 2, 3 dots on a shallow divot, making it an R. Then an A, then an N, because there's 1 line on a circle inside the word circle. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 dots on this. So this dot, even though it's close to this is just lines on that S here. And it's close to here, but this is a vowel. There's no dots on vowels. So this 4th dot does go here. So that makes it a C. Then we have an E on the line of the word circle. 3 dots on a shallow divot is an S. Continuing around here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 dots again on that C, and then an A. So F-R-A-N-C-E-S-C-A. First name and then last name. Here's that space between the first name and last name. Here we have a circle inside the word circle with 1, 2, 3 dots. So that is an L with an O. And this O can be kind of big because it's attached to this consonant stem. And only vowels can be attached to consonant stems. So even though this is about as big as that D here, it is attached, so it is a vowel. So anyway, that's a nuance there. So L-O. Then we have a deep divot. So in this row, with 1, 2, 3 dots, makes that a D, O, another L, because 3 dots, same stem as this one. Then we have a small circle with a line going towards the middle. And yeah, line's going to curve, so even though this is a sneaky circle, it's just the lines on these 2 I's. So I, then an N, 1 line, just like this N, and then an I. So F-R-A-N-C-E-S-C-A. L-O-D-O-L-I-N-I. That's our next name pair. And then continuing up here, here we have a 3-part name, first, middle, initial, last. Here's our first word circle, bottom of it. Here we have a shallow divot, 1, 2, 3 dots. So that is another R, just like this R. And an A, then a U. Continuing around. Even though this looks like a T stem or a shallow divot, it doesn't break the word circle line. It's just lines coming from this M here. So this doesn't count until it ends there. So anyway, that's nothing on this word. But 1, 2, 3 dots on this circle inside the word circle is an L. So circle inside the word circle, 3 dots L. so R-A-U-L. Then we have a small little word here with just one vowel on it, and that vowel is an E, because this is the middle initial, which is an E, because it's on the line of that word circle like that. And then we have our last word, bottom of it. So this dot's kind of close to this word, but it's inside the stem, so it goes here. 1, 2, 3 dots makes this an R, A. Then we have a circle inside the word circle with 1, 2, 3 lines. So that is an M with an I going towards the middle. 1, 2, 3 dots on this R, and then an E, and then a Z, because circle on the line of the word circle with 3 dots. And like I said before, I'm erasing the word circle lines on these stems in this design to help save space and make a little less ink to blur. So anyway, that's our next name, R-A-U-L-E-R-A-M-I-R-E-Z. And here we have our last name, bottom of the word circle. Here we have our first letter. It is an M, just like lots of M's before, because 3 lines. A, and then another R, 1, 2, 3, and then Y. So 2 dots on a circle on the line. And this Y does look kind of like a vowel, but it is the same size as that M, so it should look more like a vowel. Plus, it's got 2 dots. So M-A-R-Y. And then we have our next word, bottom. Here's an M. 1, 2, 3 lines with an E in the middle of it. So E, 1, 2, 3 dots, R, and then again another Y. So M-A-R-Y, M-E-R-Y. So that's our last name in the skewer. So let's go ahead and look at these little guys on a different template. So this template kind of shows that the knuckles would be here, the elbow would be here, this would be going across the top back of the arm. This is how it links up to the rest of everything. And for a tattoo artist, I'd recommend doing this design next. Just straight across your back, the back of your arm furthest away from the design that's already there. Here's a reference I have of the front of the arm. So here's that skewer here, right? So split evenly along what would be the back knuckles, and this would be along, like, here's the palm of your hand, and then going to, like, your inside elbow here, where you already have your current design. And the rest of the stuff goes around it. So anyway, we have these 2 little isolated name circles, which can be put on very, very last, and what remains of the space between here and here and here and here. And this guy I'd put on after you do the skewer, just so it can overlap here well. Anyway, let's get back to the transcription. So let's go bottom counterclockwise and read this guy. So bottom, here's our first word, and this is split up 4 times. So we have first name, last name, first name, last name. So here we have an E, continuing around. This looks like it could be a double stem here, but it ends on this vowel. So this is just a line from an I. So don't let that trip you up. So anyway, this is just a line from the I. Here's our actual stem. It's got 1, 2, 3 dots. That is an R. Then we have the I, and then 1, 2 dots on the K. So E-R-I-K. Continuing around, here we have shallow divot, 3 dots. So R-A outside the word circle. Here we have circle inside the word circle with 1, 2, 3 lines, making an M. Then another I, line going towards the middle. So yes, this line counts on the I and on the M. So that's the M-I. Then we have shallow divot, 3 dots, R, E, and then circle on the line of the word circle, 3 dots. And I kept in the word circle lines here and here to make them look a bit less like vowels. But anyway, and this had plenty of space because it's quite big. Anyway, so there's that first name, and then we have this next name. So here we have shallow divot, and these 3 dots got to go somewhere. And this is a vowel, this is a vowel, this is a consonant, and the closest thing to them is this, because these dots go with this one. So anyway, 3 dots here makes that an R, A, U, 1, 2, 3 dots, L. In this line, it's important it ends on the dot, otherwise this would look like an N, because it would have the line ending on it. And one line ending on a circle inside the word circle is an N, and we need this one to be the 3 dot letter, which is an L. So R-A-U-L, and then lastly, 3 dots, shallow divot, R-A, 1, 2, 3 lines on the M, I, line going towards the middle, 1, 2, 3 dots on that R with an E in the middle, and then 1, 2, 3 makes that the Z. Okay, cool. So here we have our last 2. Let's go with this one first, because counterclockwise, yeah. Bottom, here we have again another break. So this is another cheese space-saving design where first name, break, last name. So shallow divot, 2 dots makes that an SH, A outside the word circle. This is a sneaky line. It just looks like a circle, but it ends here and it ends here. So those are 2 lines on a shallow divot, making it a W. And then continuing around, we have an N, 1 line, and then an A. So S-H-A-W-N-A, space, last name, 3-dot circle inside the word circle D with an O on the line O. Then we have a deep divot with no modifiers. That is a B because this line passes through. Then 1, 2, 3 lines all ending on that shallow divot, making it an S with an O on it, and then a shallow circle inside the word circle with one line, making it an N. So DOBSON. And then lastly, woo, almost done. We have a shallow divot, one line, V, and then an A outside the word circle, then an N, because it's got that thick line ending on it with an E in the middle of it, and then a double line. So this double line here doesn't end on that consonant. I don't, Discord, go away. You don't need to be there. Woo. VANE then A, 1, 2, 3 dots R, E. Then we have a deep divot, so this stem, with one line, making it a G. These 3 dots are closer here, so this line ends here, these dots go there. With a U, so G, one line, U line going outwards, and a double L with an I after it, and then an N. So let's go through that again. VANESSA AREGULLIN, because it's got one line on that N. And yeah, that's that design. So I'll be sending we don't need, hello, I should turn my Wi-Fi off. Anyway, we have the back design and the front design, and this is split along that seam of where it would kind of zip together as a tube. And then similarly, this is split here for that design. So yeah, these should be good references. I have things in a folder where I can change the colors and make them brighter or darker. But I also sent you the broken up bits of everything. So here's just that back skewer, which you should do first. And then this, which should be done next. It's that Raoul and Eric circle. And I have grayed out the overlapping bits. So this will be overlapped here. These will be overlapped by what's already there. And this will be overlapped on the other side. And then I have the Shauna and Vanessa circles as well, separate. So that should cover everything and have your arm pretty well inked up. So yeah. I'm sorry for the long video, but it's a long explanation design. If you want, I can do a specific tattoo thing where I talk about some like tattoo orders and stuff, or you can just explain that to your tattoo artist. But yeah, let me know if you need any more files. Yeah, bye.